I used to think we were the kind of couple people looked at and quietly envied. Janine and I had been married 17 years. We had two teenagers, Ethan, 16, and Nora, 14. A quiet house in Westchester, two cars, a shared Spotify premium account, and matching coffee mugs from Cape Cod. I worked in procurement for a logistics firm. Janine worked part-time as a librarian at our kids' school. She made great banana bread. She loved true crime podcasts. She always ordered the same drink at Starbucks: iced hazelnut latte, light ice, oat milk. We weren't exciting, but we were steady. Or so I thought. It started with a yoga retreat. She went upstate with a few women from her book club. I figured they'd drink wine and complain about husbands and hip openers. She came back glowing, and not from peace. A week later, over coffee, she told me she was unhappy. She needed to find herself. Life felt too routine, too small, too safe. I thought she was just bored, maybe depressed, maybe both. Then she dropped the real bomb. His name was Brandon. He taught the yoga retreat. He was 27, drove a motorcycle, lived in Brooklyn, and posted shirtless mirror selfies with hashtags like higher consciousness and tantric alignment. I feel alive with him, she said. He makes me feel seen, like a woman again. I asked, what about your children? She said, and I quote, "They're old enough to understand." She moved out within the week. Took her Lululemon gear, the Instant Pot, and a few wine glasses she claimed were sentimental. Left the rest behind, including the kids. She didn't even fight me for custody. She just left. The first weekend she had them, she canceled. Said she and Brandon had a last-minute trip to Tulum. Something about a full moon retreat and digital detoxing. Nora cried herself to sleep that night. Ethan pretended not to care. I did everything I could to hold things together. Homework, laundry, meal prep. I even learned how to braid hair, badly, but I tried. Janine, meanwhile, was posting Instagram stories of sunset dinners, champagne brunches, and spiritual sound baths with Brandon, tagged at boutique hotels and rooftop lounges. She'd gone full cliche. What she didn't post, what I found out later, was that Brandon wasn't just a yoga instructor. He was also a part-time DJ, part-time crypto consultant, and full-time womanizer. Daniel, my cousin's husband, saw him out in Brooklyn, with someone else, not Janine, not just once but twice. The second time, Brandon was in a bar with his hand halfway down another woman's jeans, while Janine was at home posting cryptic quotes about releasing what no longer serves you. She got dumped 6 weeks later. He ghosted her, blocked her on everything, took her favorite scarf, her Apple Watch, and, according to one of her friends, the last $2,000 in her personal savings. He moved on to someone named Alyssa, 23, TikTok fitness coach. Janine moved back in with her parents in New Rochelle. That's when she asked to come back. She stood at my door with red-rimmed eyes and a designer duffel bag that looked out of place on our porch. "I made a mistake," she said. "He used me. I lost myself." I didn't say anything. "I want to come home." I just stared at her. The woman who once told me I was boring, who left her kids for a guy who drank kale smoothies out of mason jars and referred to orgasms as soul exchanges. "I can't trust you," I said. Her eyes narrowed. "You're really not going to give me another chance?" "I gave you 17 years. That was your chance." The part that shocked her wasn't the rejection. It was that I had already moved on. Olivia. We met a few months after she left. She's a professor, smart, thoughtful, the kind of person who doesn't need to be the center of the room. I waited until I was sure, until the kids had met her slowly, gently. Olivia wasn't trying to replace anyone. She just wanted to be kind. And the kids responded, Nora especially. When Janine found out, she lost it. Accused me of introducing some woman into her children's lives. Said I was trying to erase her. Said I was selfish. Selfish from the woman who skipped her daughter's birthday to go to Costa Rica for a chakra reset. Now she's bitter. Tells the kids I betrayed her. Plays the victim. She sends cryptic texts late at night, sometimes angry, sometimes nostalgic. Once she sent me a picture of our wedding rings and wrote, I wish I'd chosen differently. I didn't respond. The kids are torn. Ethan's shut down completely, withdrawn. He's angry, but he won't say at who. Nora is confused, hurt, asking questions I can't always answer. Why did she pick someone else over us? Why does she say mean things about Olivia when Olivia's nice to her? Why won't she just say sorry? I don't know. There's one memory I keep going back to. The night before she left. We were brushing our teeth, standing next to each other in silence. I looked at her and thought, we're in the same room, but she's already gone. Now she's trying to claw her way back into the life she scorched. And she can't stand that someone else stepped in and did what she couldn't. Love the kids without condition. The karma, I suppose, is this. She traded love for adrenaline, stability for fantasy, her kids for ego, and now she lives in her childhood bedroom, surrounded by relics of her teenage years, while I've built something new. It's not perfect, but it's honest, and that's more than I can say for the life she left behind.